Hello and welcome to class. Good evening and happy Sunday. Good to see you in class and thanks for joining me today. Mr. Dewale, you're welcome. Mr. Musa Ibrahim Yakubu, you're welcome. Please, if you're in class and if you can hear me, if the audio is good, just let me know by indicating that the audio is good. Is the audio good? Is the audio good? Is the audio good? Yeah, Mr. Austin, good evening. Today's class is going to be an awesome class. My name is 𝗖cie Etuk, and this is these are usual Sunday meeting where I have a full class online via YouTube. Today's class is interesting because I'll be taking a simple data from Kaggle, and then we'll do a lot of things with the data. Aside the fact that we'll get straight to complete a data analytics process. Two, we'll use Power BI, not the normal Excel we use. Some person said I should touch a little of Power BI. So today I want to touch Power BI. Number three, over the past 2-3 weeks, we have been working on fact and dimension table. So I'll show us how to take a simple table, just one table, then break it into dimensions, and then use that to do the work that we want to have for this evening. So quickly, let me welcome everybody. If you're watching this video on replay, is our custom, this is our community. Bear with us. We always tell everybody welcome and good evening. So if you can hear me, please, I need that thumbs up if you can hear me. If you're in class, just mention your name. And if you can hear me, just give a thumbs up so that we know that you can hear me. So quickly, let me do a roll call. Adewale is in class, Musa is in class, Mr. Austin is in class, 𝗳𝗏𝗴𝗏 is in class, 𝗚emeka is in class. Good news, I'm in Abuja as we speak. 𝗚emeka came to meet us in class in Abuja. 𝗚emeka, it was nice having you in one of the classes in Abuja. Temiyemi is in class. Sunday is in class. Defi is in class. Blessing is in class. Edikan, Jufi, and Musa and Aminulai is in class. Okay, so you're all welcome. I have a lot of thumbs up. That means the audio is good. So let's get into class. I'm really excited for what we're about to do today. Today's class, if you're new to data analytics, you need to follow us because we'll be doing back-to-back and we'll be a bit fast. But if you're experienced, you also enjoy it too because we're taking it just from the basic level. We're meeting for more than 16, 17 weekends now, steady every day, every Sunday. We have not missed anyone. So today's class, we're taking it a step higher. So let's do this very fast. Let's start. Good evening and welcome. Today, we're looking at data analytics using Power BI. We'll take a data set from Kaggle. The data set is in the description. I've attached it already, so you can download it from Kaggle, which is what I'm about to do now. So let's start the class. I'm getting straight to my Kaggle platform, and then I'm bringing up the data. Midway through the class, I'll pause and then give us time to have discussions. We can have questions, and you can come up with your questions, and I will answer them as much as possible. Okay, so this is me going live. We're on my YouTube. So let's start. So assuming you're on YouTube, sorry, let me stop this. So assuming you're on YouTube, you see this is the description section of this particular video. If you click Kaggle, this is the data set. Click on it, it will take you to Kaggle. This data set is not my data. Credit to the owners of the data and Kaggle for hosting it. So let's just download the data. Quick one, it's the data of okay, if we read this section, the data set belongs to the Bread Basket, a bakery located in Edinburgh. The data set provides the transaction details of customers who order different items from this bakery online during the time period from 26/01/11 to 27/12/03. The data set has 20,507 entries, over 9,000 transactions, and 4 columns. There's a lot of discussion, variables and all that. Okay, transaction number is a unique identifier for every single transaction. Items purchased, date and time stamp, day parts, and daytime. Okay, so the data set is ideal for anyone looking to practice association rule mining and understand the business content of data mining to better blah, 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 blah. So in this case, let's make it very simple, that a business owner will love to get an idea. The business owner has more like a bread, a bakery shop, and people order online. And the business owner want to know what day of the week do we have more orders, and aside that, what time of the day do we have more orders. So I'm building the business case about the project we're about to build now. One, what time of the day do we have more orders? Is it morning? Is it afternoon? Is it evening? Is it night? Then what day of the week? So that if we know what day, what time, we can know what resources to make available during these times and these days. Then we also want to check, is there a trend? Monthly, let's see the performance. Let's see where do we have more orders. Is there any trend or something like that? And can we see our performance in 2017 and in 2018? These 4 questions are the foundation for our case study. I know there's a level where we'll begin to answer why. Do you get? So for now, let's just answer how, which is the descriptive analytics. Now, the data, let's download the data. So click on download. It will download the data. So that's the data. Okay, so if I go to my download folder, I go to my download folder in my system, see the data set 18. So I right click on it and I'll say extract files, and I'll extract all, and it will extract up to this point. And let me just rename it to YouTube class. Okay, so we can open this. This is the data set. Okay, so quickly, I'll just pause for 1 second, quickly, just to ask questions to hope that everybody, we can all hear me and we're all together on the same page. Please, up to this point, can you hear me? Let me quickly ask. Please, up to this point, can you hear me? We cannot. If there is any challenge with audio, please, can you just let me know that there's a challenge with the audio? I need our response, please. Victor said yes. That means yes, you can hear me. Who else? Everybody, can you hear me? Should I proceed? Okay, Josephine said yes, yes, yes. Oh, thank you very much. I remember one of the days we were in class. After about 15 minutes, my attention was called to the fact that some persons could not hear me clearly. So, okay, we can all get all on the same page. So let's continue. So, okay. So let me open Power BI, then let's go to Power BI, and then let's start the project. Okay, so the screen is up, and my Power BI is loading. So Power BI is okay, Jonas Amakri is asking a question. Jonas, please, what does the business owner want the data analyst? Jonas, let me see if I can bring up your question again. So Jonah is asking, there's a question here from Mr. Jonah, what does the business owner want the data analyst to do, or what are the objectives or hypotheses from this project? I mentioned about 4 of them, Mr. Jonah. One of them is the business, the other, let's say, for example, bread, but they have different varieties. We'll check the number of products that they have. But these different products, they get them, customers have more traffic, they have more orders. So as a business owner, if they get to know what time of the day they have more orders, they can fine-tune their resources so that they pay attention to, they pull their resources towards that time. Maybe if they have more customers in the morning, so they make sure that in the morning they have enough products, they have enough manpower, they have enough resources to take care of the traffic that is coming in. 2, the business owner wants to know which day of the week do they have also higher demand, more order. So if they have this, they can know to help them manage their stock and their inventory, and also make sure that the products are available and they have enough manpower, enough resources. The business owner too wants to see the trend, the sales over the period, the orders, and then the best performing products. Should we recommend any products for them to remove or add, and all that? So just to give us an idea, this is what we're building. So I have a finished project already. I worked with it with somebody here in Lagos that owns a bakery. It was a sample data. So we used to discuss the same scenario because his scenario is the same thing with this one. So we're going to build something similar to this, and we have just 1 hour. So let's go on. So I click on File, and I click on New Project. So this will open a new window for us to start our project. The file that we downloaded. So this is a file, is a comma separated value. So it's a CSV file. So in Power BI, we'll open it as a CSV file. So to open a CSV file, we go to Get Data, and then we click Text CSV. So we go to Downloads and then YouTube class, and we pick on Bakery, and then we click on Open. So this will load. Okay, we have answered the first question. Now let's look. Is there any other question, please? Are you recording? Somebody said, Emmanuel, this video is always online, so you can always have access to it. Can we fall back to this video later? I mean, being recorded. Yes, this is YouTube. The video is live on YouTube. You can always watch it. So since we want to edit the file, we click on Transform Data. I would encourage you to really practice this data, especially for those in my community. This is one of our best projects because I'll take time to work on this project. So today we're not talking about transaction and facts tables. Please watch my previous videos on transaction and facts tables. But this data, for a beginner level analyst, the person will take this data and just work on it this way. It's not wrong, but it shows the person's level. If I'm in a team with somebody and the person cleans this data as it is, yes, it is acceptable, but it gives me an idea that this person has not reached a level. This person is still learning when it comes to data analytics. So when I see people work with fact and transaction table, is one of the proof, one of the ways to show that somebody has passed a level. Because one, it will increase the processing time. Then two, it will reduce the size of the files you're working with. So quickly, let's create transaction table. We want to create 4 transactions. How did we know that we want to create 4? One, we have a table here that has to do with we want to create 3-dimension tables and 1 fact table. So one, we have this table called item. So we need to create a dimension table from item. In this column, we have date and time. So we need to create 2 more columns. Then this one that has this particular column, when I looked through the data, I discovered that they made an error in this column. If you want to quickly check, which is not part of this class, if you drag out, if you try to say weekend, if you try to filter this data by weekend, by default, we should see only Saturday and Sunday. But when you filter the data through weekend and you extract date from here, you will see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So we're working through this data. I'll condemn this entire column. The person that did this thing made an error in it. So remove the filter, clear the filter, and then remove it. Okay, so let's create our dimension table. So we duplicate 1, duplicate 2, and duplicate 3. So I'll call this table, this will be our facts table. So let this be facts bakery. Okay. And when we come to this one, we call this one, let's call this one dimension time. That's the meaning of, we want to call this one dimension time. We want to call this one dimension date. And we want to call this one dimension products. Okay, so we've created excuse me, our tables. Let's start with the time. So the first thing in the time, this is the column we're interested in. We're not interested in any other column. So I click on this column, or I click on this column and I say remove other columns. Now I want to separate the date from the time. So I just click on it and I go to split columns and I say by delimiter. The delimiter here is the space in between. So I click on by delimiter and the custom I say space and I use from leftmost. So this will split the date and the time. I don't need the date, I only need the time. So I'll call this time ID. So this will be our primary key, and primary key we're not allowed to have duplicates. So right click on this one and say remove duplicates. So when we remove duplicates, next thing, we want to create a conditional column to have the different times of the day for morning, afternoon, and evening. I'll send it to the group later, but in my material, I wrote that from 7 a.m. to 11:59 a.m. is morning, from 12 p.m. to 3:59 p.m. is afternoon, from 4 p.m. to 7:59 p.m. is evening, and then from 8 p.m. to 11:59 p.m. is night. So we click on this column. We'll copy any of this time value. So just copy and then go to add column, go to conditional column. So we'll just call this one time of day, and then we'll say when you check, oh, excuse me, so this is supposed to be time ID, not date ID. So this is time ID. Okay, so go back again. So we'll call this time of day. So say if the time is less than or equals 11:59. So carefully do not delete the space. This one is time, so you have to work with what is provided. So 11:59 p.m., 11:59 a.m., then we call this morning. Just copy this. So I go to add clause. If the time is less than or equals, so this should be 3:59, and this time now is 3 p.m. If you use small letter P, it will not work. So let me tell you up front, that's one error in conditional columns. When creating conditional columns, if you use small letter P, it will give error. So this will be afternoon. Then if we add another clause, we say time ID, if it is less than or equals. This time we want to use 7:59 p.m. This now is evening, and this one is midnight. Or let's just say night. Let's just call it nights. Okay, and then we click OK. So, and we change the data type to text. Let's just check what we have done. Let's load more, and let's check for only morning, and then let's see what we have in morning. So from morning we have from 7:29 a.m. That's from 7 to 11:59. So it's correct. Let's check for night, for example. Let's check for night. Let's load more first. Yeah. So let's check for night. Night, let's check the time is from 8 p.m. to 11:59 p.m. So it's correct. So let's remove the filter, load more, and clear filter. Good. So we have created the dimension table for time. Now let's merge the time with our main table. So this is interesting. The hotel. So if this happens, it's not a challenge. So we'll continue. Let me switch to this mode. So sorry. I removed it. Okay, please check now. Is the sound okay now? Remove this one. Please 1 minute. Let me check what is the issue with this. Stop the screen. Okay, so this one should be this way, and it should be this way. This is this is a Nigerian factor stuff, so please bear with me. It's not my doing. I'm in a hotel recording this, doing this live class. Please confirm, is the sound back? Oh, my apologies, please. Sorry, I think I know what happened. I know what happened is from my end. Okay, so let's continue. Please, if the sound is okay, just give me a thumbs up, or just so you can let me continue. Is the sound okay now? Okay, Emeka say I can hear you. Jonah say I can hear you. Thanks for that feedback. It helps. These things we're gradually grow out of it. Okay, so if you want to do your merge, do it on the facts table. So I'm on my facts table, which is the bakery. So I come to merge. I come to home. Come to merge. Click merge queries. So I want to merge facts table, facts bakery, and dim time. So the common column is time here and time ID here. I'm supposed to have 20,507 correct. So the connection is valid, and I click on OK. So it gives me this dim time, and I click on this expansion icon. I don't need the prefix. The only item I need from here is the time ID. So I click on the time ID. I've connected this table, the time table with this table. So delete this default time here. That connection is valid. Now let's go to the date table. Let's do the same thing. We only keep this one, we remove other columns. We click on it and we say split column split by delimiter. And we say we need a space, and we have it this way. Okay, so we delete the time, remove the time, and we call this date ID. Okay, so we remove duplicates because this will be our primary key. So remove all the duplicates. Good, we have this. So from here, we want to create certain columns. Number one, we want to create the year. So click on dates, click on the column, click on add column, click on dates, and then click on year. So this will give us the years. So let's see, 2016, 2017, correct. Change the data type to text because we'll not do any aggregation on it. Okay, so click the date again. This time we want to bring month information. So bring name of month. It will give us the month. We need only 3 values, as in OCT for October, for example, and DEC for December. So go to transform column, click on extract, click on first 3 characters, hit 3 here, and then say, okay, so we have the month's name. Now, to be able to sort the months from January to December, we need to create a month sort. So click on the column again, we go to add column, we click on dates, we click on months, and we click on month. So this one will help us sort the month, so we'll call it month sort. Okay, so we have information. We also need information about the day of the week. So click on the dates column again, click on the day, and then go to day, and then go to name of day. So this will give us the day name of the week. So click on the column, we want to extract, click on transform, and then we need the first 3 characters too, so that when we spell it, we don't have too many, we just have SUNMON. So this gives us Sunday. So let's just create a sort order too for this in case it is needed. Click dates, click on add column, click dates, come to day, click on day. So yes, this will give us the day sort in case we need to sort it also. Okay, we have created the dimension table for. We need to link this table with the facts table. So we'll go to our facts table again, and we come to home, and we come to merge queries. This time we want to do the facts table and the date table. The common column here is date here and date here. To give us 20,507, correct. We have that, and then we click OK. Good. Then we expand this, and then we remove all these, and we say we only need the date ID. The date ID is here, and good. We come to this one, we delete this one. Okay, like we say that it is advisable in your facts table, try and pull out the text. We don't need this text to be on our facts table. So come to the dim products table. Okay, so we right click this, and then we say remove other columns. Then we right click on this too, and then we say remove duplicates. And we create a primary key for this. So click on it, and then go to add columns, go to index. We want to use custom column. Let's just start labeling from 1001, and we'll increase by 1. So this will give us the product ID. So since it's a primary key, we change it to text, and then we call it, let's say, item ID. Okay, and then we shift it to this point. So we can call this our item. Okay. So then we come to the facts table, we do the connection to, go to home, go to merge, and we want to merge this one with the product table, and the common column is item here, item here. We're waiting for 20,507. Good, and then we click OK. Now, interestingly, in the common column, we will not take the product. Instead, we'll take the ID. Why? We don't need any text on our table. So take the item ID. You can see we have replaced this with this, so we take this off. Okay, so we have our table. Now this table, our fact table is clean, no text. Don't worry about the one with the time, but no text. It's all numerical data. Okay, so for the transaction number, we'll change the data type to text. Yeah. Then if you check this data, let me show you something. If you check, for example, on my screen now, item number 5, item number 6, that means this person, you can see the time. Every item is the same. That means this is more like the receipt number. So receipt number 11 contained 2 products. That's what we're seeing. So this transaction number is like receipt number. So receipt number 11 has 2 products. Then receipt number 1 product. You can continue that way. If we filter it to confirm this assumption, let's filter it. Filter number, product number 1. You can see product number 1 has only 1 product. Then if we check item number 11, let's see item number 11. We check item number 11. Let me load more first. Let's be sure. Okay, so if we search for item number 11, in this case, you will see item number 11 has just so 3 products. Item number 11, the timing is the same, the date is the same. Okay, then item ID. So you can see that the same time, the same day, but this person bought 2 products, 2 different types of products. One is 1001 and the other one is 1009. So we can say this is actually the receipt number. So receipt number 3 has 3 products. So because of this, we'll create another column. So let's load more and then let's clear this filter. Load more, clear the filter. So we'll create another column called quantity. So let's go to add column, and then let's create a column from 1, and we'll just call this one quantity. It's possible for what this column will do for us, this particular column, we can do it from this column, whereby if we do count of this column, it will give us the total quantity. If we do distinct counts, it will give us the number of receipts. So I'm just creating this one as a backup in case anybody wants to confirm what we just said. So with this, we're through with data cleaning and transformation of this table, and we have merged the tables. Next thing, we want to get to data modeling. Before we get to data modeling, let's go to home, then we close and apply. So quickly, let me take our questions. If you have any question, please. So questions. Okay, any question? Okay, so somebody said, how do we get the data for practice? It's in the description section of this video. Just check, you see it. Okay, so I'm getting into, in the data analytics process, we have 5. We're through data preparation, we're in data modeling now. So let's go to the data model in Power BI. And then let's see the model. So we have our fact table. For no specific reason, I just want to put the fact table in the middle. Okay, then I want to bring the time the dim time and the dim date and our week. So let's do the connection. So this table, let's check item from this table is connected to item from this table. Time, we need to connect time and time here. So I hold time and I drag it and I connect it with this time. Okay, the connection is valid, time and time ID. Then we need to connect date and date. So I hold date and I connect it with date. So good, the connection is valid. This is our data model. Okay, now we get to where we begin to create our visuals. The class is quite fast-paced, 𝗖cie HIH𝗁𝗲. Okay, I understand, madam. I will slow down a little. How can we get Power BI? Power BI is a free Microsoft tool. Just type Power BI download on your browser. It's or in your. It's better to download from the store. So if you're using a Windows system, just in your store, just type Power BI. You see Power BI desktop. Just download it. It's free. Okay. Okay. So let's continue. Now, at this point, we need to create our measures. Let's look at the data first, and I'll pay more attention to our fact table. So we need two measures based on what we have been asked to do. We need one to check the, three measures. One to check the total number of products, one to check the total number of orders, then the quantity of products that is sold within the period. So let's create a table to put all our measures. Go to enter data. And let's call this table all measures. And then we click on load. So we put all our measures in one single table. So we click here and then we come to new measures. So total transaction, which is the first one, total transactions will be the distinct counts. So distinct counts of our facts table, we're looking for transaction number. So this will give us the total number of orders that was placed. Then the next measure we want to create, new measure. So quantity of goods. So this one we just do count, and then we do a facts table. We can use transaction 2. It will also give us that number. So let's check let's bring out a card to confirm this too. Let's bring out a card to check this. This should give us 20,507. So this is correct. Okay, let's set the data type. Click here and then we'll say 1,000 separator. Okay, then let's check this other one too. This one 9,465. So let's also turn on the 1,000 separator. Okay, so we have this, we can just delete it. Then the third measure we need is the total number of products. So we go to new measure again and we say number of products, and we do distinct counts. Let's just use the facts table for everything. Distinct counts item ID. So if we check this, it should give us 94. Okay, so 94 products. That's correct. Okay, so we can delete this. Let's start building the dashboard immediately. What is the time? We're on 34. So we're putting on speed. Somebody said I'm a bit fast. We're trying to work with this in 1 hour. Okay. Okay, so let's go. Now let's start with the dashboard design. So in the dashboard, click on an empty space and let's do the settings. So settings, for this dashboard, I want to use a custom setting of 800 by this, and I want everything to be in the middle. That's number one. Number two, I want to set the color code just like we do in Excel. So I click on this button and I come down here and I say current theme. Now the first color code, I downloaded the logo. So from the logo, I was able to pull out the color code. I'll show us the logo later. So the first color is 381FF1. Apply. The second color code we want to use is 8D5C42. Okay, and the third color code. Somebody said I'm always conscious when it comes to dashboard and designs and colors. Yes, because truth be told, first impression any day sells. So these are the three colors we use for our design. So I apply. So based on that, we'll come back here, and for our dashboard background, we pick the first color code, which is this brown, and we turn off the transparency. So we have this. Now every chart for today, you can, what I will ask you to practice is to practice building your own dashboard in the total number of transactions. So I want to use total number of total quantity of goods for this transaction. So let's start with the first chart. In the first chart, we want to use a column chart. Please don't want to use a column chart. And so in this column chart, we want to work with total quantity and by the day of the week. So come to day name. Okay, so we can see from this chart that we have more sales on Saturday, followed by Friday, then by Sunday and Monday. So the first 4 days are weekend related days. So that means we have more transactions during weekends. So let's quickly work on this chart because that's what we use. So let's come to the background and we take off the background. So come to general, come to effect, and we say no background. That's number one. Then go to visuals, go to column, and we want to use conditional formatting for the column. So we use gradient. Yes. What item do we use? Quantity of goods. No. We use quantity of goods. Yes. Then the first color will be, let's select this, and then the major color will be, let's select this. Let's see what it's appear like. Okay, so good. This color combination is okay with us. We go to the y-axis. In the y-axis, we don't need the values. We don't need the title. In the x-axis, we don't need the title. We just need the values. And what's the color of the value? We use this our light color. Good. And so next thing, we go to the legend. We scroll down to where we have not legend, where we have data labels. So we're looking for data labels. Good. We turn on the data label, and the data label will make the color of the text in the data label to be white. So come to values and change the color to, let's use white for the data label. Let's use this same shade of color now. So let's use white for data labels, and then we'll make it a little bit bold. Okay, so we have that first one, and as for data label, for our legend, let's come to legend. Top left, that is where the location is. That's okay. We take off the title. We don't want the title. We just want only that to show in our label. Good. And then we come to general. We need to put the title on top of this. So we come to the title. Let's see what is written there. If we make the background, let's see. If we make the background color to be light, let's see this. Okay, it's not coming out the way we want it. If we make the background color title, let's we don't want any background color, so no field. So we just change the color of the text to this color. Good. And then we make it bold. So the text there will be quantity of goods by day name. So this will be our first chart. I think that bold is not working very well there. Okay, so this is our first chart for the presentation. Okay. So this is the first chart. Now we also want a border around it. So let's click on this, and we'll go to general, and then we go to effects. Power BI is very interesting for those of us that are, and then turn on visual border. So when we turn on visual border, we come inside and we make the color of the visual border this color. So it will give us this effect. Okay, and then we create a rounded edge around the visual border. So visual border, we just increase this rounded edge to 10. Okay, and just to create a color variation, so it's as if the inside color is different from the outside, we just add shadow. Okay, so this is what we have done for the first chart, and for the second chart, we just Ctrl+C and Ctrl+V. This one, I want to see the performance per year, so we remove day name and then we click per year, and we want to use a donuts chart. You can see how easy it is that immediately you create your model, you can simply copy and paste and it goes. So for this donut chart, we come to this point, and then we, for the legend, the color of the legend, we go to text and we change the color to something readable, which is this, good. And the position of the legend, we make it top left, good. And then the value, the title, in the title, the data label, let me see. Okay, so for the data label, yeah, this is what I'm looking for. So we change this to just have just the values. So yes, we have this. So they had more performance. If we zoom in, they had more performance in 2017 compared to 2016. Then let's check for the day of the week, the time of the day. So we Ctrl+C and then we Ctrl+V. This gives us our third chart. So just drag it down, bring it to this point. And in this one, we want to do time of the day. So we go to time, go to where we have time, and then we say time of day. This one, we want to use this chart. Okay, so time of day, this is what we have. Time of day, if we zoom in, let's see what time of the day do we have more. So we have more sales, more quantities in the afternoon compared to morning. So let's make this presentable. So we come to this point, the y-axis, we change the color of the text to this color, good. And the x-axis, we don't need in the x-axis. Let's see, in the x-axis, we don't need the values. We also don't need the title. Okay. So if we compare this with the original work, let's see, we have done 1, 2, 3. We just do 4. Okay, so let's keep going. So we have done 3 charts. Let's expand this a little. Okay, so we'll bring this here. And okay, let's make this a little bigger. So for those of us that are not aware, we have not used Power BI before. Power BI is really interesting when it comes to data analytics. So I have a class on Power BI. I'll tell us more about the class later. So we bring this to this point. It's a full design class. So if it's, don't worry about the time. So Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V. So I paste this one. We want to look the performance by months, by month. So let's use a area map. Area map want to work on the month. So let's click on month name. So month name, don't worry about the color. Tell us why the color is this way. And the legend should be by year. So we want to see the performance by month, by year. Okay, so this is what we have. If I zoom in, let me show us, you understand, this is the point where you will appreciate why we created the sort order. So by default in Power BI, okay, so we need to change the colors of this first. Let's have 2 friendly colors. So click here, and then let's go to the lines. So for let's see the color for 2016. Okay, so for 2016, the color of the line, okay, so this color is dark. We need to change this other color. So for 2016, let's use this color. Good. So we'll have this variation. Then for this for 2016, for 2017, let's click here, 2017. Let's see if we can pick another color. 2017. Okay, let's make a darker one. So 27, this color for 2017. Okay, and another thing again, just for design, let's make the lines. We don't want the lines to be that rigid. We want curves. So click on all again. Then if we click on the shape of the line, we'll see linear. We change it to smooth lines. So yes, we have two smooth lines. Now, see, there's an issue here. This thing is not ordered. It's in March, November, January. We want it to be January, February, March. If you try to sort it here, it will not work. If you click on sort axis, if you choose month name, it will not work. What is happening is sorting it based on the alphabet. So it's sorting from A to S. If you try to sort it the other way around, it will also give you in ascending order. It will go from April to September. But we want it. So how to do that is where we need to go back to the table view, and we need to use the sort order. So we come to the dates table, the date, and then we click on month name, and then we come to sort by column and want to sort it by month sort. So what we are saying is this particular column, sort it using this column. You know, this column is ordered from 1 to 12. So sort it using this column. So click on month sort. And now if we go back, you can see it's ordered from January to December. This is perfect. Okay, so we have that, and we have this other one. Then we need another column for. We need to copy this, Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V for the top 10 products. Because of time, I will not edit the table. I will edit the table later. Because of time, let me see. We're on 48. We have 10 minutes. So this is quantity of goods by month name and year. This quantity of goods by year good. Then this is quantity. This should be top 10. So to do the top 10, we want to use a table to show the top 10 products that we have. And what we need here is let's bring our products. So go to the products and then bring the name of the products. So just to reorder this, we shift this one down. So we have products, and then this, you can see showing us all the products. We need the top 10 products. So let's so we can add product ID just to occupy that space that is there. So drag the product ID to the beginning. Okay. So we can have products, then we can have products. Okay, the intent is not to sort, so don't sort it. Okay, so good, and you can edit this table, but let me just do the sort by the top 10. So to sort this by top 10, click on filters. Then you have the item. We want to sort it by the item. So the items, just go to the filter and then click on basic filtering and then say top N. We want to see the top 10 products. So type top 10 here. Then 10. And in the add data fields here, we click on quantity of goods, and then we paste here, and then we say filter. Okay, so this will give us the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, the top 10 products. Good, and we can just increase the, we don't need the totals. Let's be sure. Okay, totals of totals. We don't need totals to show in our work. The values, we just increase the size of the fonts. Okay, and the header, we increase the size of the column header also. Okay, this should be okay for this design. Okay, Then we can use alternate colors for the grid. For the horizontal, we can use this shade. Let's see. Oh, sorry, this is not what we're looking for. So this is not what we're looking for. So it's not the grid. We're looking for specific columns. Yes. So no. Okay. So that I'm trying not to take too much time, but later you can edit these columns and then fit them the way you want. Cell elements, item ID, no item quality. Okay, so specific columns, total column headers, values. This is what I'm looking for. Values, alternate values. Okay, background color, text color. Okay, so let's see this color. Let's see. Okay, so this is for the first one. Then this can be for. So we need two dark colors. So let's take this as one, and then let's take this other alternate one as this. Okay, so this one has to be darker. Okay, it's too dark. So let's do this and this color. Okay. So in that case, then the text color for this one should be the dark color. Text color for this one should be something towards white. Okay, so let me use this color for this, and the color for this other one should be white. Okay, so we can leave it that way. Later you can fine tune it. And the column headers, you can also do the same thing to design it the way you want. Like I said, this is a complete project. That's why I encourage us not to miss it. So the background color for the header, we can just make it, let's make it dark. And then we make the text to be also this. Then we make it bold. We increase the font size again. Okay. Okay. So we have our top 10 products. Good. At this point, we work with the KPIs. Now let's bring in the logo of the company. So to bring in the logo, we go to Insert and we go to Image. I have it somewhere in my desktop. Let me quickly go through it. And my desktop, my weekday class, and this is the logo. So I'll just use this logo for this design. Okay, so this is the logo. Okay, and so we have the logo there, and 7 minutes to closing time. Now let's quickly create the KPIs. So for the KPIs, I want to use multi-row card. So I use multi-row card, and the first KPI I want to bring is the total, the quantity of goods sold. So what I'll simply do here is I want to turn off the background color. There's no background color. Then in the visuals, I want to make the color of the callouts to be this color. Okay, I want to increase the font size. And then we make it bold. Good. We don't want the callout value to show. Once in the card, we in the accent bar, come to the accent bar, change the color of the accent bar to the same color, and we increase the accent bar. Okay, so let's say 5. Then we come to this point in the titles, we add a title, and we say title, we turn it on, and we say total, total quantity sold. So total quantity sold, and then we change the color to, let's say, white. Let's see, white is too harsh for us. Let's use this lighter color. Okay, so we just increase the font a little. Okay, and we reduce this to this size. So this comes as our first KPI for the evening. Okay, and if we come to values, let's just increase this value again. we call out value. Okay, so this is our first KPI. We just Control-C, Control-V to create our second KPI. Our second KPI, we're looking at total number of units. So we remove this one and then we put total number of units. So total transactions. We'll come to the heading, just say total transactions. Okay, and with Control-C, Control-C, Control-V to create another one. So this one, we want to see the total number of products. So this will just be total products, total number of products. Okay, so we have this. This is a quick walk. And let's bring this one here to, let's just align it to start here. And this, and this, we can click the three of them, 1, 2, 3, and then we go to formats, and let's see, distributes horizontally. How would that work? Okay, so the distribution is okay, and then we just add one slicer. We're through. We tried a lot. We tried. This is good. Okay, so one slicer. Let's add a quick slicer. Let's say the business owner wants to check as per. He wants to check which as per the time which product sells very well. So you can, on your own, you can later do maybe by day. So let's say time. Let's go to time of day. So we want to use time of day. We want it to be drop down. So we click on drop down lists. We want to fine tune this guy quickly. Let's go, and then we turn off the background color. We say no background color, and we come to this way, slicer settings. We go to the values. We change the color of the values to this. Okay, so this will give us these values, and we come to this background here, and we say let the color of this background blend with the color of our dashboard. So if we click here, the items all fitting. So the heading, we need to change the color of the heading. So the title, the slicer header. So come here, and then we change the slicer header to this also, and we just make it bold. So okay, we need to make it the same color with that's the color we're using there, and we bring it this way. We reduce it. So keep it here. We just shift it a little so that the lines will blend. Okay, congrats. This was a very quick one. Okay, so we call this sales analysis dashboard. The period we're covering is January 2016 to December 2017. Okay, so let's quickly format this. Let's make everything bold. Control-A, and we'll make everything bold first. We change the color to, we change the effect, remove the background. We don't want any background. We change the color of the text. So let's change the color of the text to this. So it will give us something like this. So we lift it. We lift it to this point. Okay, later I want to save time. I know we've taken so much of the time already, and can just increase the font to 11. Let's hit to 14. Okay, let's see 14. 14 is comfortable, and we just shift this to the edge. Okay, so at this point, yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, wow, I did not know that this is possible. So, yes, let me start answering questions. Bring all the questions. Let's look at the questions. Okay, so congratulations. We just did a complete project end to end. We touched fact and transaction tables. We touched conditional column, conditional statements, we touched dashboard design, and we touched a little of DAX, and then we spent time on modeling. So let me take questions. You can ask all the questions now. Okay, let's start with okay, with Excel, can I still, okay. Okay, so I want to take the questions. Let me start with this one. Please, we'll quickly take questions. What's the time? Oh, 8 o'clock. You know, our class is normally 7 to 8, so I have just 5 minutes to answer questions, then we continue. Just try and follow as he is teaching. Okay, so this is, what is the measure you created all about? Okay, the measure we created, you know, measures are used mostly for the particular data we're working on. Since it is text, the primary key, we can't do aggregation. For example, we want to count. So it's, you create a measure so that you can do that count, that aggregation. And it's better to use measures. Since, for example, if you're working with numbers and you see that sum, it's okay, you can work on it, it's very good. But it's better you create your own measure to help you do that. So the next one is measures created a number of products. Okay, somebody answered. Austin said number of products and total transaction. Okay, then the next question is measures are, okay, I think that's still, so there's an answer here, measures on total number of products, orders, and quantities. Yes, thank you very much. Okay, okay, Mr. Adebayo said, indeed, complete data analytics package within a short time. Yes, Mr. Adebayo, thank you very much. Okay, any question? Let me have your feedback. If you enjoyed the class, if you got value from this class, you can also be also drop encouraging drop your own feedback. I always encourage us to share and invite others to also attend these classes that we hold free. And let me see. It's okay. Somebody said it was good attending the class, which cleared all my doubts. Thanks a lot, Mr. Victor. Okay, then someone said, can we have all the necessary objectives on this project? I've mentioned the objectives twice at the beginning, Mr. 𝗖𝘀𝗲. Please check the video. The video you can always replay. Check the beginning, you see the objectives. We started with the objective. Okay, so teachers, I say thank you so much, Valley. So please remember to drop comments in the comment section. Ask your questions. If there's a topic you want me to handle next week, also bring in the topics. But for now, my team sent me a message earlier today that I should work on DAX. So if that is the topic, that's I'll handle DAX. But if I have a topic from you that I should handle this particular topic, I will handle that particular topic. Also, for those that are not aware, I just completed the class, the 2 weeks class in Abuja today. So from next week, I'll be in Port Harcourt, and I'll be having a 1 month class in Port Harcourt, a 2 weeks class in Port Harcourt. Then in April, I've been in 𝗂𝘀𝗲𝗻, we're also planning for a 2 weeks class. So presently, if you have not signed up for our data analytics class, I work with 𝗖cie ahead. If you have not signed up for the data analytics class, this is the phone number of the admin. I want to encourage you to call now, 08034730987. So the name is Mrs. Love. Call her. We have a class starting. So by next week, I'm starting a 2 weeks class. For those in Port Harcourt, I'm having a live physical class with you in Port Harcourt. Lagos, I'll be coming back. I'll be coming to Lagos in May or June, one of the months. But I know I'll be in Port Harcourt from next week. So if you're in Port Harcourt, call Miss Love to sign in for the program now. I'm having a 2 weeks class. So that's the phone number of the admin. That's the phone number of the admin. Call her now. Save the number now, then call. Also, for those that are yet to buy my data analytics course, I think I've talked about it for some time. It's one of the best courses when it comes to data analytics, especially using Excel. So that course is still on sale. The promo is still on. So you can also get that course. And thank you very much for spending the evening with me. It was an interesting class. This is the phone number of the admin, 08034730987. We have online classes. We have physical classes. We have physical classes in Port Harcourt and Lagos presently, and we're still coming back to Abuja to continue with the class. Abuja's class was really interesting. So I hope to see you next week. Thank you very much, and see you next week.